moving on from the boots topic, we had what I would say the main event. I don't know another way to describe it other than the circus, but we had Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Crash Netflix. Jake Paul was very proud of it. So like, y'all crash Netflix. Me, I'm sure you and the rest of the world, we were very upset with the Netflix production, bro. Like that, that's horrible. That is horrible.
Yeah. Very
You know,
disappointing,
yeah,
especially with how large Netflix is, how big they are as a conglomerate.
yeah,
Terrible.
man. I don't really support this, but I'm gonna be all the way honest. I'm gonna keep it 100. When Netflix started freezing up, I had to like, yo, where can I stream the fight? Where can I stream the fight? Where can I stream? You know what I'm saying? And then luckily I was able to, you know what I'm saying? But I just, bro, I don't recall us, when we spoke, I don't like, obviously we didn't do predictions on here, but I don't recall us picking Tyson to win that fight. But I do think we had more confidence that he would look a little better than he did, right? And at least I know I did. But the second the bell rang, he looked every bit of his age in there, every bit of his age. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I wasn't expecting the old Mike. I'm not like, yo, Mike's about to knock Jake Paul out. But I guess maybe, and which was 4 years ago, I guess I at least expected him to look like how he looked in the Roy Jones fight. You know what I'm saying? But now he has the knee brace, so you could just tell, and it's like his mind wanted to do things that physically his body couldn't. Yeah. So what do you make of that fight? Do you think it takes anything away from Mike's stock or his mystique? As Iron Mike Tyson.
It doesn't take away from his stock per se. His mystique now, I mean, people just know it's just like, okay, he is old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked briefly on this. We was just curious, or I would say more, we was curious to see what version of Mike will show up fight night in terms of that Roy Jones fight, whether or not he'll be close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my concern, of course, and your concern while going into the fight was really just his age. We just know, like, yo, Father Time is undefeated. We didn't have Mike. We didn't pick Mike to like go in there and dominate Jake Paul, beat Jake Paul, right? Because of age. More so, the other factors is, he was admitted to the hospital, with I guess issues with ulcers, his stomach while he was training, which the fight had to get pushed back. It was just many different factors that was really just pointing towards Jake Paul winning this fight.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I think Jake Paul kind of knew he had an advantage, but also he may have been a little bit wary. He just probably wasn't really 100% sure what type of Mike Tyson was going to show up that fight night as well, just in case. But like you said, once that bell rang, Mike Tyson goes in there, he's aggressive. But then after that, it's like he just looks like a puppy, just waiting to kind of just get obliterated. He may have had one good punch after the first round, but after that, it was kind of like Jake Paul could have really went in there and really finished Mike if he wanted to. It was just like more so like, and then I kind of, if there's anyone to blame, obviously it's obviously Mike, kind of, because Mike decided to go in there. Yeah, you can argue he got paid, whatnot, but like, is your health really that important? I think this is a perfect example of, when someone thinks they know their worth and they overshoot, they overestimate their own abilities, and they really underestimate age in combat sports, and the people in the circle as well. Like, come on, like, y'all should have known, like, y'all seen him in training camp. Y'all know better. Like, y'all seen him fight other fighters. Y'all should have seen this coming. You know what I mean? But then again, money seems to trump everyone's belief system. So
20 million is a lot. I'm not even gonna sit here and fabricate. 20 million is a lot for 8 rounds, 2 minutes, for 16 minutes of work. 20 million is a lot. But and then I guess you just can't simulate the real thing, right? It doesn't matter who you're sparring with, you just can't simulate the real thing. So Mike could have looked good in sparring. He could look good hitting the mitts, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, even the one hit you were talking about, like, he couldn't even place it, right? It hit Jake Paul like in the neck, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we're used to Mike landing flush on people, but how many years ago is that? So I think this more so is like a spectacle. But I'm glad Mike didn't really get hurt. I hope he doesn't do this again. But Jake's gimmick, bro. I mean, I've never been a fan of it. Like, for example, when he fought like Nate Robinson, I was cool with that. That was funny, right? But the
Yeah.
whole just fighting like older, past their prime, this time way past their prime people, like it's getting old. Like, it's cool if you want to fight retired people. If you don't want to fight active boxers, like for example, after the fight, Hasim Rahman, came
Mhm.
back and started talking again. They were supposed to fight before the Tommy Fury fight, and I think Hasim would have did damage to Jake, right? But if you want
Mhm.
to fight guys like Andre Ward, who's recently retired but still kind of keeping in shape, like the Floyd Mayweather kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But
Mhm.
guys pushing 60, like I can't get behind that.
Yeah.
I can't get behind that at all. And what I did see though, a guy talking about someone who's getting up there in age, but this guy ain't slowing down. Artur Beterbiev called out Jake Paul. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. He called them out, like, and I think Arthur is a person that is a man of like principle, and he's looking at this gimmick like, yo,
Yeah,
like you out here, battering an old man,
yeah,
and I already feel like what you're doing is not good for the sport of boxing, right? This is his perspective. So he's like, all right, fight me,
yeah.
which I would say this,
Nope.
Jake Paul would definitely be looking at this at one side, like, oh my God, this could be for all the belts. But on the other side, he's going to be sent to the nether realms.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, Arthur will brutally destroy this man. He's going to take years off of Jake. This is
yeah,
literally like a situation where, no, your health is really in jeopardy. You know
yeah.
what I mean? He's going to fry you. He's the biggest puncher in boxing right now, bro. He's
Bro.
going to fry you. Like,
Yeah, bro.
oh my
And
God. I seen that. I was like, oh yeah,
yeah.
stay away.
But Beterbiev was a big Mike Tyson fan. There was
Yeah,
an
he was.
interview
He
that
was
he,
big
he that he
Mike
did
Tyson.
coming into the Bivol fight, and like, a lot of his answers was Tyson. A lot of his inspiration. So I think he looked at it almost just like, yo, like what are you doing? Like these are our idols out here that you're doing this with. He's like, all right, now you know what? I'm here to make it right. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Jake Paul won't take that fight, bro, because
Yeah,
Artur will hit him like he's never been hit before, bro. I honestly
yeah,
believe that in my heart. He wouldn't do that. And I mean, he's
no,
making too much money doing these gimmicks to go do that. And like you said, take years off his career, bro. Artur is, you say people are cracking. Whatever's past that is what Artur's doing, bro.
Arthur's then. He's in God tier when it comes to punching, bro.
Yeah. So
Like
so I
he's yeah,
mean, and I'm actually surprised. Like you said, Archer is like a real no nonsense principle kind of guy. So I'm surprised that he would, throw his name in this hat. But that means he really doesn't like what he sees, and he does want to shut it down. He wants to right the wrongs. You know what I mean? So I,
yeah,
I would I would tune in to see that actually.
yeah. Agreed.
But I know Clarissa Shields was calling for like Canelo and stuff, but I think Andre Ward is a good guy to step in there, right?
Yeah.
Guy who's, I would still consider recently retired. I can tell he's staying in shape, right? We've seen him in the gym. I think
Hmm.
that's a good guy in there, go in there, get that payday. But I,
Yeah.
I don't think Jake's willing to take that chance.
He's not. I think Jake is very selective and he knows what he's doing. So
Yeah, yeah,
agreed.
yeah.